Hey everybody, what's up? It is Tim Michael. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another tutorial. Now, basically, I'm on my live stream right now. You're always welcome to join me during my live streams, and I get to have a wonderful time hanging out with all my friends on here. I work on my drawings for my clients and hopefully teach you guys a couple little tips and tricks as I do my work. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little technique that I use when I draw my caricatures out at the local theme parks here in Orlando. And basically, while I'm out in Orlando, I'm usually working with markers, with pencil, with very basic tools and things like watercolor and stuff. I don't do it with digital as much, but I think that this would be a wonderful opportunity to show you a technique for what I would do when it comes to drawing a likeness and trying to get a likeness with someone. So basically, really quickly, let me share with you guys that would really love it if you enjoy this tutorial. One of the best things that you can do for me is hit that like button. The more likes I see in a video, the more I'm inspired to continue to do it. It means the world to me when you guys like the kind of stuff that I create, and when you go the extra mile, because I know I've watched hundreds of YouTube videos. I'm a YouTube addict, and I'm one of those people who forgets to hit the like button even if I enjoyed the video, but it really does mean a lot for the creator, me, when you guys do that. So it means a lot to me. Please, by all means, scroll down, hit the like button, take that extra second to hit that. It means a lot. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We just hit 9,700 subscribers today. How cool. We are nearing our 10,000 subscriber goal, which I'm so excited about. Thank you so much. And if you enjoy these tutorials, I need more people to tell me what you want to learn. So what you can do is you can follow me on Twitter, just Tim Michael Arts on Twitter. And when you have a question, feel free to ask it on Twitter. If I can't answer you back in a video on Twitter, in a 1-minute video, then I will be happy to consider making a tutorial about it next time we do another live stream. Okay, so that's basically what I'm up to, and I'm going to show you one of my really cool techniques. And also, one more thing, of course, if you guys do enjoy this, you can see right below me here that there are a whole bunch of patrons who are supporting me, and they help me make all these videos, and it means the world to me. These people have really gone the extra mile to help me, and that helps me pay the bills. It helps me prepare for big future things that are going to be happening. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and it's not easy to pay for, and you guys being here to help out with that means the world to me. So thank you so much. If you haven't considered that yet, go to patreon.com/TimMichaelArts. Link is in the description below, and if you go in there and consider donating $1 per video, it means the world to me, and you can set your limits. So if Tim makes 30 videos in one day, you don't have to pay for all 30, I promise. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you this technique. Now, basically, if you've looked at a whole bunch of drawing books and things like that, you got people who talk about the T in the face, and the T in the face is basically this. It's basically the idea of when you look at a face in caricature form and stuff like that, one thing that you want to do is you want to look at the eyes, and you want to look at the nose, and you want to figure out how that lines up in your face that you're drawing. Okay, and you're going to make those decisions based on the T in the face. I like the idea of the T in the face, but I find that sometimes it just doesn't feel right. It's not a technique that fits me. It's not a technique that helps me understand things to a, oh, I got it right now sense. And especially if you're out at a theme park doing caricatures, or you're at a birthday party or something like that, and you're working with pencils and markers, and your goal is to rush through pieces, sometimes the T in the face technique is a bit more technical than some of us would care to admit. So basically what I've done is I've created kind of like a pseudo technique that I'm going to share with you guys. And of course I like to draw myself a lot, so I'll go ahead and use myself as the victim in this case. And instead of doing the T in the face, we're going to do another one, and I like to call it the triangle of the face. And I might have mentioned this a long time ago. I admit it's been a long time since I've drawn out at the parks, and last night I got a recall of it, and I was feeling really good about it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this face into shape here, and I want you guys to take a look at it. And what we can basically do in this face is we'll start off with mine. I don't know if we'll get to Mandy's, my beautiful wife, but I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to draw a shape from the outside of the eye to the bottom of the nose. This right here is the triangle of the face, okay? And it helps me out so much to be able to begin to use that to get measurements for everything else. So once I have an idea of where the triangle is, then I can kind of use that, kind of like a grid pattern. And if you guys have never tried drawing with a grid pattern, it's basically the idea of taking a grid, drawing it over top of face, kind of like this, and then separating out the face in squares. And by separating out the face in squares, then what you can do is you basically draw what you see in each individual shape, and you do it kind of like a puzzle until everything connects to be a final image. A lot of realistic artists teach that technique. Not a technique I prefer. There's a lot of pre-preparation that goes into it. It's not fun. I'm a guy who likes to get a job done quick. So basically, my technique is with this triangle of the face, I've mapped out already 3 different very, very important things. I've mapped out where the bottom of the nose is. I've mapped out where the outside of the eye is and the outside of the other eye. It's fantastic, easy. From there, I can use all my reference marks that I've made here to help me look at the inner part of the face. And I can see how wide the nose is. I can see how close the eye is to the nose. I can see how close the mouth is to the bottom of that shape. And then from there, I'll look at another shape and I'll basically draw a line like this. Okay, this lets me know the chin to the laugh lines of the face. Basically, it's a perfect circle here, and you can kind of get a feel of how someone's face is shaped when you make that line, when you make that circle. It really helps you kind of feel things. And then for Mandy, if I do that, it'll be kind of like that. And one of the things that's really important, you're going, well, that's great, but how does that help you with the nose? Well, once you know the bottom of the nose, you can look and see if the nostrils fall outside of the line, or if they fall almost inside of the line. And it helps you find exaggerations, and it helps you find ways to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and try being the word, because it's been a little while since I've drawn myself for you guys on YouTube here, and everyone gets a little nervous when they do this. So I'm going to go ahead and try, and I'm a caricature artist, for Pete's sake. This is what I do for a living. I still get nervous to draw in front of public. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draw myself, and using my technique, I'll try and show you guys how I make it work. Okay, so basically what I'll do is I'll start with the basic head shape. My goal is to exaggerate, so when I look at this big noggin of mine, I look at where the weight of the face is, and obviously this humongous chin here there's a lot of weight in here, and so that means if you're going to affect one part of a caricature, then you need to reduce another part of a caricature. So the bigger, basically you need to think of it like this, and I can spend my whole night doing tutorials for you guys, and that's not something I want to do here. I have to keep this brief, but there's basically a certain way of doing things. If you decide you want to put more weight on the bottom of the face, then you need to remove weight from the top of the face. If you decide you want to put more weight on the top of the face, then you need to do the opposite and remove weight off the bottom of the face. If you decide you're going to put the weight in the middle of the face, then you need to be removing weight off the top and the bottom of the face. It all depends on where you want to exaggerate. And it really helps to think about looking through, if any of you guys are photographers, it's like looking through a fisheye lens at someone. If their nose gets bigger, everything expands out towards the camera and everything else gets pushed back. It's like looking through a fisheye lens. So let me go ahead and see if I can begin doing the idea of a concept for my face here. So just bear with me a second while I begin kind of getting a feel for things. Now I got a certain way I draw myself all the time, and that's that I draw the bottom of my face to be quite heavy, and then I compensate for it by reducing the upper part, kind of like that. And I'm going to try and follow through kind of sort of with the drawing, the picture that's there. I'm probably not going to follow through with it as much as some people might like. But basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at the outside of the eyes and the bottom of the nose. And from there, knowing that I want my eye line to be about here on mine, I can go ahead and look at where that's going to map out. Kind of about here. And I'll draw this shape in here. Triangle of the face. Okay? And the thing that's going to help me out a lot is, the reason why I have this so much is I really want the outer part of the face to swallow up a lot of the inner part of the face. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put the nose in here. Just kind of, like I said, using it as using this triangle as a very quick reference for everything else that you could possibly do. And then I can see that my eyes actually get pretty close to my nose. So I can go ahead and I can draw these big, crazy shapes for eyes. So I'll go ahead and just knock in just a quick shape here. Okay. Nose comes down and is very large. But what I do is I look at the overall shape of the nose. So here's this, that, and that. Okay? So that shape is the one that I want to get in here. And it doesn't look quite right, obviously, because there's obviously a very important peak in here, and the nose is actually pretty thin, pretty sharp. So I want to make sure that as I go through this, I show that sharp part of the nose. Okay. From there, I can go ahead and begin working on the mouth. Now, looking at the nose to the mouth, like I said before, using this whole idea of the triangle, I can see how close the bottom of the nose is to the mouth, and I can kind of mush my mouth up there if I want. Remember, you're not just drawing lines, you're creating 3D shapes. So as this lip comes out, I know the lip comes out forwards, and so I can go ahead and do that, and then I just want to think about how that is going to have a 3D shape. Chin is huge, so I'm going to go ahead and exaggerate the chin. Looking at the circle of this face as it comes out from the laugh lines down. And don't be afraid to exaggerate. Don't distort, just exaggerate. And then you can come back here and begin creating the rest of the shapes. Now, I've done several tutorials on drawing caricatures, and I don't want to spoil them by doing a full tutorial on caricature here, but I do want to show you how important this technique is. Please remember that all of my advanced tutorials are on my Patreon, patreon.com/TimMichaelArts. It's waiting for you, and I really want you guys to check it out. And all you got to do is donate $1 per video. If you donate $1 a month, you get all of my advanced tutorials completely sort of free, except for that $1. And that really helps me out a lot. So instead of charging you $5, $6, $7 like I used to do, for those of you who remember that, it's a really, really big help for me if you consider doing that. Now, one thing more I want to show you. So let's go ahead and look one more time at this triangle before I let you guys go. Okay. So just basically looking over the idea of the triangle. This really helps because if you decide you want to distort something, not distort, distortion is a bad form of caricature, but if you decide you want to exaggerate something, having the triangle to kind of lock things into place helps out a lot. So say maybe instead of doing my nose that long, maybe I want to do it really short. So maybe I need to adjust something. So basically in the same way that if you affect one part of the face, it affects another. If I take this shape here, like this, and I decide that I want to extend the eyes out, then that means I have to pull the nose upward. So that means I need to take it out longer and basically pull from the bottom of the shape to do that. So if I do that and I start drawing in the face now, that means I need to squeeze things up more. So it's a really, really great way to really help you find the exaggerations and find a way to use the technique to very quickly find your relationships between your caricature, between the different parts of your face. And it helps a lot. So even though this is definitely not the same triangle that originally was there, you can still see it's my face. It still fits. Especially when I get those eyelashes in there. It still works, even though I've mashed it up. And then once I've mashed that up, then everything else needs to follow in this caricature. And one of the things I strongly suggest is look up Tom Richmond's book. If you look him up, he's the artist of Mad Magazine. He's got an excellent, excellent book on caricature that I strongly, strongly suggest. Okay? So I want you guys to try this for yourself. I'm not doing a full caricature here. That's why I'm on live stream. I'm here to get done a bunch of other stuff. But I want you guys to try this for yourself. Use the triangle of the face technique. Hit the like button if you're enjoying it. Hit the like button if you learned something from it, if it became useful. I really want you guys to utilize this. It's going to help you out a lot. And it speeds up the process. Because instead of trying to do all this crazy mumbo-jumbo of here's the face, and then, okay, the eyes, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes across the face, so these 2 are my main eyes, and here's my eyebrows, and then directly down from the eye is the mouth, and then directly down from the inside of the eye is the nose. You get what I'm saying? It's just so much information and so much hassle when you can take all that same information and say, okay, I know roughly, comfortably, that this is the shape that I can kind of see on this person's face. If I keep my eyes and my nose shape and everything in that shape, and I try to make them look as much like that person as possible, my likeness is going to be fantastic. It's going to double up, and then I can focus on the outer side of the face. If I can get the eyes in good quality, and I can get the nose in good quality, that helps me understand where to put the mouth, that helps me understand where to put other parts of the face, and that all takes shape after that. So I will continue this as another tutorial some other time. I would love to continue this theory and share more with this theory with you guys. This is something that I would consider offering as an advanced tutorial, but it is something I want to share with you guys because I think this can go so much further than even with what I've shared you here. This is a shape that can be continued with other shapes. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe, please, so you can see many more of my videos that'll come out here in the near future. And, of course, hit that like button. It means the world to me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what else you want to learn. And I'll see you guys next time on another live stream and on another recording here on my show. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.